Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another scene of Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. And today we start the scene off after a well, at least for one individual, particularly violent happening yesterday, where not only did she have to do something that she did not want it to do, she kind of hated, to say the least. But she also got rescued from this strange place where apes kind of poked her and put like needles in her and experimented on her, tortured her. So it is probably very early, maybe even still, well, probably still like dark outside when the rescued wolf cub wakes up. She's in a cabin, I believe they placed her. And yeah, like she's licked clean most of her wounds. She's had some help with from like one of the other cubs that she doesn't really know yet, and not really trust, but at least he didn't smell wrong, so kind of let him assist her a little before growling and like cringing away from him. And yeah, it's the next morning, and she opens her eyes, and licks again on the wounds that are still that she still sports, and very slowly, actually rather stealthily, go outside. Um, this is kind of a weird experience for her to walk around freely and not.
You hear gongs, car honks.
And she is kind of pressing her back against the outside door that is probably just close behind her, and is looking around to see where this strange and not natural sound comes from.
You look from the window, basically like get up towards the window. Actually, no. Um, you were not in a house. You were sleeping with Bites a week with the other cubs.
Oh, oh, oh,
Like, I will
oh.
say Bites a week alone today. Uh, because he said I'm your alpha now. um, when you look, you see. When you look around, let me explain it actually. There are apes, but there is the distant. There are apes who are cleaning a stone, and the you feel like you're close to something that you don't understand what, but you hear whispers that in a language that you don't understand, and that is how you wake up, along with
Wake up.
then hearing the
Mm-hmm.
car. And she is looking around like kind of like crazy because she doesn't know what the fuck is happening.
Oh yeah.
And you will see Bites the Week. He also raises his head and he will say, "What did your brother call you?"
She she cocks her head to the side. Her brother didn't really call her
Call
anything.
him. Okay. Okay, sorry, I forget that notes actually doesn't give each other names. That's true.
That she'll kind of understands what he means with calls, and she will then, after like a quick look around again, will say the ones that were there as well that were also getting hurt. They called me Pounce.
Then I will call you Pounce.
Why?
It's easy. Pounce. Do you feel more angry than usually? Not just because you lost your brother, or not just that you have been tortured with needles, with the pointy metals. But tell me, do you feel this primal energy inside of you? It completely looks natural, like you don't feel shit. It's just like, this the anger that you have feels
Mm-hmm.
justified.
Yeah. So she kind of yawns and like licks her teeth for a moment and says, I am not more angry than I was in the cage. I am less angry than I was in the cage.
Bites the week in his mind is like, this is like, Ahmed-chan is understanding this is going to be hard, and even for me, but it's completely okay. The Bites the week will say, do you hear the pulse?
Yes. There was a place and they did something. It hurted. I was angry. I wanted them to stop. And I became big. And I murdered all of them. When I woke up, I was back. Like this.
Think
Happened.
your anger and what happened to you yesterday, and try to be that big form again.
I don't want to murder.
Do it.
Why?
Because you will see that it was not just one time, that is something you can do. You're a Garu now. And Garu are half spirit, half wolf. And sadly, pardon, he says, part wolf, part spirit. And sadly, part something else that you will find out.
She she will not, and kind of gonna yeah, think on how she felt when she was in the cage and there were apes shouting to her. poking her with sticks, making her try to kill her brother.
Would you like to roll me Stamina Primal Urge?
Sure, I think she's also going to take a rage for this.
Totally.
I mean, actually did not set up in Werewolf yet. My rage roll, which didn't really do anything, of course. Primal Urge. Give me a moment for everything to load. There. One success. If it's div 6, I actually don't know what the div is.
If it's I think the werewolf form is div 6. The Pounce's body will start shaping. The bones will restructure themselves towards a Krynos form. You know, see, you're a pure Silent Strider 4. You look like a
Isn't she going to
Anubis.
Hispo with only one success?
Actually, yeah, that is true.
She don't have
You're not
much.
Anubis yet.
No. Good. I don't have anything appropriate for Hispo yet, so I apologize. But yeah, her form grows taller. Her ears kind of stretch out a little. Her snout kind of stretches out a little. Like she becomes almost more thin than she already is. And she kind of towers above Bites a Week.
As Bites Week also goes to Hispo because he is not going to let you tower towards him. This form is called Hispo. A vor form.
War form.
Yes. Hispo.
Why? Why is there a war form?
Next week starts to tell the story. The werewolves are the creatures of the many worlds. Pardon me. The Garu are the creatures of the many worlds. We are warriors of the mother who created us. There were Gaia in the beginning. The Gaia created the triad. The three big powers that has been creating this earth. I'm trying to find my notes. I'm sorry if I'm being slow.
No, it's fine.
The Gaia, as I have said, created the world and all the living things in it. And the three primal forces on Earth has been created, the Weaver, the Wild, and the Worm. And as I have said, these are known as Triad. The Weaver created the structure in the world. Highest mountains to the depths of the oceans. Gave to spirits, they gave to order. Wild gave life to the world. Allowed the Weaver's creations to thrive. Better, wherever nature is alive is the wild is there, just like the forest. And there was a balance in the triad with the worm. It was a balance between order and chaos. But the worm has become corrupter. When you born, how big was the forest that you lived in?
There was lots of trees.
Are there more trees or less trees now?
Is this where I am born?
Yes. Oh, is he's asking like, is it is your Central Background?
Like, whoa, I'm old.
he, he will say no.
Then I don't know.
But the times you were there, do you remember?
A bit. There was trees, and my siblings and I, we were with mother and pack. We played. We learned how to hunt.
Where I grew up, there was a forest, and then apes come in with comes in with stones and start cutting trees and shot us with fire sticks.
She winces at that and kind of grabs to or like kind of bites into her hip where there probably is still the bullet wound that she
Mm-hmm.
got yesterday. So kind of gnawing on it for a moment and licking it.
Bites the weak will say, this is a small example of world and what is happening in it. This is the reason we fight, because those are not the only enemies that we have. Those people, those apes who captured you and tortured you, serves the worm.
Then I will kill them, and I will kill the worm.
The That's why you must learn first. Now,
Why? Why must I learn to kill a worm? They don't have legs. You bite them, they die.
now I need you to focus on your rage. Focus on your anger again. To change again to this as he turns into his Krenos form.
And yeah, Pounce backs off. Like kind of low to the ground, growling a little, her tail tucked underneath her legs. She's never seen a Krenos form before.
Do it.
Yeah, she's gonna give it another try. To be fair, that fear actually kind of helps to spark the rage in her as well.
Mhm.
And wow,
Ooh,
will you look at that?
you immediately shift into Krynos form. You have hands now, just like the
Oh,
apes.
so yeah, she kind of backs away and bumps with her back against the wall of the den probably at this point, and she'll actually didn't see that wall coming, so she jumps forward when she suddenly gets stopped from behind, and as she does so, she will kind of land in her Krina shape. As during this jump, she actually shifts. And I do believe that the den will be probably becoming a little bit too small for the both of them, let alone anyone
They,
else being
they,
in there.
they were out. I thought like
Oh, they were
she got out.
outside.
She got out of the den to
Oh,
look
okay,
around,
yeah,
and
no, you're
then
right.
he.
My bad. Yes,
No, it's
my bad.
fine because we think about the Garu cabins, which doesn't exist anymore.
No. I was actually thinking about it then because you said they slept together, so I figured it would
Hmm.
be kind of a den-like situation. I was like, well, this is going to be tight even as his foe, but if they're outside, then that's fine. And she just bumped into like a tree and didn't expect that, jumped, and yeah, immediately kind of made the shift into Krynos, actually glaring around at this tree, growling at it, kind of a little unsteady, walk around the tree to see if anyone is there,
Yeah,
realizes there isn't, and we'll move back to 2 bites a week.
Tree is not guilty.
So what is this?
It's a war form.
I look like ape.
And he fights the league immediately. Not immediately, but he will say, I told you, the werewolf, the Garu is part spirit, part wolf,
Part something else.
part ape.
That's why you sent other Garu who looked like the apes.
It wasn't me who sent the Garu. It was someone from this group of Garu. The after we finish your education regarding the forms you can take, I will explain the Garu more. But now, look at me, and this might be hard, but you will do it. And he
You're gonna
slowly,
you're
gone,
gonna
gone, gone.
you're gonna change in one of them, aren't you?
You will too.
No,
Yes, you will.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
Why would I want to?
It is disgraceful, but you need to learn.
And she'll lower her head and basically, yeah, submits to that.
I will, after this time of your first time, I will not order you to turn into that unless it's necessary. And Bitespeak will slowly shape into his Glabro form.
Okay, let me see how she will do on this. I mean, yeah. She'll slowly manage to form as well, which means I will need to put up a picture. I also don't have a Glabro pic, but
Humans close. We'll just say that while you're trying really, really hard to do that is approximately when a very scarred black lupus form basically bolts straight up. And my explanation as to why she would even know where you're at in the situation is the fact that Simon informed her of the new lupus cub, and she pretty much bolted immediately. And used Pulse of the Prey to find her. So. And I feel like that's a zombie form.
I mean, she does look wounded and very tired still, and like definitely not as healthy actually as this one. she has been, yeah, she didn't really get a lot of food there, so.
Fair enough. So I'm just going to say that what Chloe will do is she will actually, once she sees, Bites the Weak, and that apparently they're like, if they're in different forms, and if he's in anything not lupus, he's obviously teaching or doing something in the other world, and he's not. So she's going to stop close enough that she can hear what's going on and talk, but she's not going to interrupt, if you know what I mean.
Basically told Chloe that Lupus Cubs kind of needs to be taught differently, as she would know, and he just says I will teach her the shapes, and then the god will accept in the culture, so she will not run around in Lupus form in the streets of New York.
I mean, that's legit.
Yeah, he will say, you have hands. Those are called hands.
And Pounce is kind of examining. I don't think she wears clothing. I'm pretty sure she doesn't.
No.
So she's kind of examining herself and then says, I am naked.
Those are called tits.
Why is my fur gone?
Hamix doesn't have fur.
You have fur. She points at his face.
Not if you catch it on fire. I mean, wait.
and he will say, the men, the male gets these, women's do not. You have your hair there. He shows his hair.
Oh God! Let's not describe that, please. Let's not describe where you're pointing.
No, he shows the
probably
hairs.
Just her hair on her head.
Yeah, exactly. Not there. God damn it, Christy.
Jeez, make it even more awkward.
Exactly.
And she'll grab up to her head, and pull on the hair. Look at it. All my fur went to my head.
Yes. Because my streak doesn't know how to answer this question, so he will just say yes.
Chloe at that point will actually just be like, it's called hair on a human. Only that's coming from, the lupus that's kind of watching you.
Hamid, you're weird.
Bounce will actually at this point notice the lupus and is gonna drop to all fours. Realize that is pretty difficult in this form. Even if it's Glabro, like you can't really walk on your hands and feet. So is then kind of awkwardly half crawling towards this new lupus and is gonna sniff her, get in her scent.
Chloe will do the same. Totally do the sniff.
Sniff, sniff. So yeah, Pounce will sniff her flank, her like her neck, and move on to the back.
You're gonna catch that docile vibe, by the way. That she feels a bit more dog than wolf.
Oh God!
You forgot about that, didn't you?
I mean,
it's only 1 point flaw. It is not the worst that the flaw can be. It's only 1 point. But there's a little bit less there, in a way.
There's a small growl.
You'll get a growl back, actually. If you start growling at me, I'm going to growl back.
That's fine. She will look over at Bite. So she's kind of like placing herself like behind Chloe.
Yeah, well, if you're growling from behind, she's going to turn to face you. Like, she's not stupid.
Okay, in that case, she will not take her eyes off. She'll definitely not take her eyes off Chloe's eyes and will then say definitely to Bites the Weak, this one is not wolf.
Chloe's going to basically bat her to one side with a paw. Because you're like awkwardly stood up anyways. Like you're kind of balanced really weird on hands and feet, and it's weird. So I imagine it's not
definitely. Yeah, no, she kind of falls over, gets kind of in a crouching position, and I mean, she looks ready to like attack.
Pounce. She just looks at you very calmly. Go ahead.
Pounce.
Yes.
After you turn to your ape form, I will explain. But now, ape form.
She'll...
As he turns into his helmet form.
Yeah, Pounce will take a few steps back from Chloe because she doesn't want to be caught in a vulnerable position by this, well, not Lupus.
Lupus that isn't quite Lupus.
Yeah. Confusing Lupus. So she'll, yeah, she definitely goes to take a few steps back, make sure there is enough space between the two of them that she at least will see Chloe coming if she should attack, and then gonna try and get to the
ape form.
Hey, well, less hairy ape form. Wow.
Yeah, you are in your ape form.
And again, she kind of looks at herself quickly.
Less hair.
Yeah, it's like even less hair. But she won't take her eyes away from Chloe. Like, there's a quick glance at herself to see if it actually works, because she feels smaller and weaker. But yeah, like her eyes will not leave. Will only leave Chloe for like a split second to check herself out, and then snap back towards Chloe's.
This form is called Hamid.
Hamid.
That's the name we call to you. Apes, humans,
humans.
Chloe's going to shift to Glabro. She's not stupid enough to shift to Hamid because if pounced, then she'll be at a severe disadvantage. So she'll shift to Glabro. And just sit on the ground.
This form, as he shows Chloe, is Glabro. Repeat.
Glabro.
This form, as he turns to Krinos form again, is Krinos.
Krinos.
Yes. Now you learned the basic forms. The Garu, every Garu, are part wolf, part Hamid, and part spirit. We have created by our mother that you can also feel inside of you. The connection.
My mother.
Not your mother. Mother of us all. It's the force that created us, gave us breath, just like this trees, this land, everything. As Byspeak waits for her to say something.
Why? Why did this mother give us? Why did this mother make us more weak?
Do you feel more weak?
Yes.
Do I look weak to you in this form?
Yes.
He is in Krinos.
Oh, hey, these are Krinos. Sorry. It's because your helmet pictures you'll show it.
Yeah. Sorry, my apologies.
No, it's fine. It's just like you're in helmets. It's like yes, no, in Krinos. She'll kind of cock her head as she's not quite sure how to respond. And says, "You are more strong, but you are also more big. You are more easy to attack."
Byspeak is so proud. So proud. Lupus babies. And then he will say, correct. But Mother has enemies that are also big and strong that what we won't be able to kill in just our wolf form. That's why Mother gave us the war forms.
Why also give this? She kind of holds up one hand and studying it. Actually, during this conversation, like, okay, she's not as focused anymore on Chloe as she was before, but her eyes still, like, regularly kind of glide back to Chloe.
That's why she shifted to Glabro, actually, so that she wouldn't be quite as intimidating to her. But Chloe will be like, because not all of them are born of wolves like you. Some are born of Hamids like I am.
Because, yes, the Byspeak is like, she's gonna lose her mind, but he doesn't say anything.
Facts are facts. Chloe's not going to keep them from her.
Garu has 3 breeds. Lupus, like you and me, the wolf-born. Hamid-born, like her. And that is created by 2 Garu's relationship. which is forbidden. No mating with Garu.
Why not?
Because it produces menace.
They're born in Krynos form, and most of the time, they kill the mother when they come out.
Then mother is weak.
Any mother would be weak when you have those claws going through your belly.
Have you fought with an enemy that is inside of you?
She kind of takes a moment to study the claws of bites at this point. I mean, in a way, she has to admit having those inside you does not really feel very.
Exactly.
It's very logical if you're following logic right
so,
now.
Yeah. So she nods. Yes. Inside soft.
And Garu has duties called auspices. The tree breeds 5 auspices.
What is 5?
Moon phases.
No, the numbers. She doesn't know numbers.
I apologize.
I will teach you the numbers later. There are auspices. As Bites the Week comes closer to Pounce in Hamid form,
Oh.
and it says, "Give me your hand."
She frowns for a moment and realizes, wait, paw is a hand. So, yeah, she extends her hand.
He takes her right hand, and touches the 3 fingers. Metis. Lupus. Hamid. And then takes her left hand and says, auspices. Ragabash. The Ragabashes is the tricksters. They are the scouts who checks places and the ones who questions the way, so the pack becomes more powerful. The Teurges. I am a Teurge, as he touches the second finger. I am a Teurge. I am the speaker of spirits. I speak with the spirits and deal with them. I am the mystic, which he kind of thinks that she would not know what the fuck mystic means.
Yeah. She looks rather confused at this point.
I am the speaker. I am the one who speaks with the spirits. You will learn what is spirits soon. But the third, and he touches the third finger, the philodoxes, the mediators, they're the ones who solve problems and mediate them so it's fair. The Galliards, they're the storytellers, the ones who tells us stories and remembers the deeds of Garu.
That would be me.
She is a Galliard.
We also teach a lot of the time. Not always, but a lot of the time.
And the runes, the warriors of Gaia, the commanders, they're the ones who takes the lead in fight. Now, Pounce. You are one of these auspices. And one. Chloe, explain what one means, please.
One, as in the number one?
Yes.
It means when there is... And she will look on the ground. I'm assuming we're outside someplace, obviously. So she's going to grab a few rocks that she sees on the ground. And she will put this one down. Put down one rock and just be like, this is one rock. And she'll put another one down and say, this is two rocks. It's how we know how many of a thing there are.
Did you understand?
Well, you need to know. There are rocks.
Hamets make things complicated.
Right.
So, Pounce, do you have questions?
What is fair?
Chloe totally looks at him to explain that. She is not explaining fair.
The challenges between Garu needs to be a challenge that both sides can win.
Why?
Because that's how we understand that both points can be heard. Both sides of the challenge has a chance to win. If a challenge between two sides doesn't have a chance for one of them to win, then why challenge at all? It is complicated for you, I know, because fair is not a Lupus term, it is a Hamet term. And you will learn and see many things that is Hamet terms in the Garu nation.
But yet there are the Lupus terms as well, considering that our jobs are to be den mother and den father.
The Sept is a place where a lot of Garu stays together. We have many packs here, not just one. The Chloe is alpha of her pack. I am alpha of my pack. But you are a new Garu, and only Garu can do packs.
Only those who have passed the test that you will have to pass.
There are many question marks, like basically all over Pounce's body, around her head. That she's like not really fully grasping what they're telling her, but she is just simply sitting there and listening, all while still holding those fingers in the air.
This is Metis. It was amazing because like now she's gonna think like the finger is Metis.
Yes, you got it.
The bites the weak will look and say, you need to be a Garu. A proper, educated Garu that will join a tribe. But for today, this is enough, at least for me. Pounce.
Yes.
We are in a city where Hamids live. So,
What is city?
it's a scar. Remember all those Hamids live all together? You didn't heard?
Yes.
Come with me. He's in Hobbit form.
Yeah, she is still kind of standing awkwardly, but a lot better than you would expect someone who's never really walked on two legs before. Like, she's managing. She still like occasionally holds on to trees with her hands, but she is kind of trying to mimic the walking on two legs thing from Bites a Week there. So, and she's actually not too shabby at it.
So basically, he will like move like uh, maybe like 15 meters, and you will see those big apartment buildings.
Just going to mention she is naked.
No,
It's
he
probably
is.
not
He
best
is
that you
not
take her out
taking.
to an apartment
He is.
building.
He is not taking her out of the area, the special area.
Assume so. I didn't assume so.
I was
So
just
yeah.
making sure, because, like, wait a minute.
So she, like, her eyes kind of grow wide at that point as she stares at that, because that just looks super weird. What is that big tree?
It's not a tree. It's what Hamid's made.
A lot of Hamids live there. It's called an apartment building.
Apartments.
Apartment.
Apartments.
Right. There are lots of those in this city. Because there are a ridiculous amount of people that live here.
You can't go outside like this, as he shows her, naked because he is wearing something. Because Hamids will lose their mind. You can't show them the forms that I show you. And you can't go outside of this place without me, without Chloe, without like Tails Rich is Gold, Chloe, or any other Garu without our permission. Without I say so. Do you understand?
Who is Chloe?
She.
My name is Chloe, or you can call me Hera's redeeming daughter. But either way, I do outrank you.
I mean, she doesn't have much manipulation.
Yeah.
So she's definitely giving Chloe the look of, yeah, we'll see about that.
Well, if it's
The
just a look, Chloe's not going to say anything at this point. It's just a look.
For now,
the
it's just a look, yeah.
Right.
the Garu has ranks, and the ranks starts with Cliff. The basic rank. It goes to Foster, then Adrians, Afros, and Elders. You're a cub. You're not a Cliff. You're not in the rank structure. Everybody is higher than you.
Both of us are Adrian, if that tells you anything.
So, we are me and Chloe. Tails Rich as Gold are Adrians. So when you talk to us, you will say Raya.
It is meant to be said after the name. Most of us are a little bit loose on that and allow you to just use Raya, because sometimes it gets very weird to say Hera's redeeming daughter Raya. It's a little long. Or Chloe Raya, which is easier, but you get the point. But it is meant to be said after the name.
Why?
To show respect and submission to those who are your elders.
She still has that look on her face, like, we'll see about that. But she'll, especially because she's still wounded. So she will kind of scrap with her. She'll actually crouch down again and scrap with her front paw, hand, across the ground, and will then roll over in front of Chloe.
Chloe will reach down and just touch her neck. She's in Glabro, not Lupus, so it's awkward to do much else.
She Bounce will kind of bite towards the hands, not actually biting the hand, but snap towards the hands, and then.
If she does it, you're gonna get kind of a smack across like the cheek, cheek area. Because you just tried to bite the hand, but she was basically I think she was basically accepting the submission.
I mean, it was more of a playful bite thing.
But it was playful, that's fine.
No, she's not like, it's after you kind of touched her neck and everything.
Okay, that's fine.
She's kind of like.
She's fine with playful. If it was playful in attitude, that is okay.
It is definitely more playful attitude,
Okay.
although like she still looks like she is about to challenge anything and anyone, actually, because I have the feeling that's just kind of her natural look at this point.
It's fine. If she was just being playful, then she'll touch the neck. She'll just kind of, just gently sort of touch and then move back and kind of watch with almost a smile when that happens. That sort of playful thing. It's hopeful for her.
The hair's redeeming daughter. Maybe we should bring Pounce near the Master of Challenges so she can tell us her auspice.
That is a very good idea. We need to know how to train this one.
Would you guys like to end the scene there with like we go near Master Challenges, learning what auspice we are, blah blah blah?
Yay!
Yay. Yes. Sure, we will end the scene here. Thank you, player, for playing. Thank you, SD, for SDing, and watchers for watching. It was another scene for Living World of Darkness, Rage Across New York. Good evening, everyone.